as you know, while this may be celebrated by myself, yourself, and many other people around the country, the future is apparently electric. Now, despite the fact that I am bogan to my bones, despite the fact that there is petrol in my veins, I get it. This is the new mousetrap. This is the future. And I don't particularly hate electric vehicles. Yes, they can go just as fast and all the rest of it, but my point over and over and over again is that it's up to you to buy them rather than the government telling you what to buy. But the media was very excited today because a future used car salesman, currently minister, was out the front, as you can see, flogging cars you can't afford.
So let's listen in to Chris Bowen. He's talking up his national electric vehicle strategy out the front of Parliament House.
What about the price of electric vehicles here and range anxiety?
And more affordable to buy electric vehicles, releasing its first EV strategy.
But of course, this is a brand new idea, supposedly, that it's all going to be an awful lot more electric vehicles. Now, apparently the way that this is going to be achieved is through a thing called fuel efficiency standards. Let's hear from the Minister on all of this, the Minister for Climate Change and current and future used car salesman, Blackout Bowen.
Fuel efficiency standards. The requirement of countries around the world, of manufacturers, to send to those countries a certain amount of fuel-efficient vehicles, electric vehicles and other fuel-efficient vehicles. Australia and Russia are the only two developed countries without fuel efficiency standards in place or under development. That position should not be allowed to continue. So as an important part of the National Electric Vehicle Strategy, Minister King and I are committing to the development of fuel efficiency standards for Australia.
It's kind of befitting that out the front of Parliament now it's a car yard. But anyway, now, of course, the market is not where these people want it to be. And the market's not there because Australians are a bunch of knuckle draggers who don't believe that an electric vehicle might be cool to own or could do the job or would be enough to zip around town. It's because they cost too much. According to the car sales data that we got last year, the 5 most popular models in the country and how much they cost. Now, I'm talking base models here. I know you can trick everything up and everything can become 100 grand. But base model, Hilux, number one car in the country, $24,000. A Ranger, $26,000. A RAV4, $38,000. A Triton, $30,000. And if you want to get fancy, a CX-5 is $35,000. The top 5 electric vehicles sold in Australia last year were 2 Teslas, one worth $60,000, the other $68,000. These are base models, all right? We're not talking about spoilers and extra doof equipment. We're comparing like with like here. $48,000 for a thing I'd never heard of until I researched this today, the BDY Atto 3, which sounds like it needs a cream, but still, good luck to them. $48,000. Then there's the Polestar Model 2, the 4th most popular electric car in the country at $59,000, and then the one that you probably can't afford, the MG ZS at $22,900. Now, apart from the fact that the cars are too expensive, the places to charge them are quite limited. Most unit blocks in the country would need to be retrofitted, and there are concerns about fires and all the rest of it, but let's imagine all of that happened. Well, that would, of course, be an overall drain on the electricity grid, which is already threatening blackouts off what we currently use it for. But again, let's look at the data. The reality here of when they talk about fuel efficiency standards, that's twofold. 1, for the cars we import into Australia, and 2, the cars that you'll be allowed to register. So what does this mean? It means if it fails fuel efficiency standards as an imported car, there'll be an extra tax on it. And guess what? The $24,000 car of the Toyota Hilux, with taxes thrown in, starts to cost as much as a BDY Atto 3 at $48,000. And the average car is a used car in Australia. In fact, the average age of a car that is registered in Australia right now is more than 10 years old. They would mostly fail the efficiency standards that would try to push people towards electric vehicles and thus pay more money. The other way all of this works is, of course, as I said, specifically at the state government level, to see them lift the bar for what car you can register. So tomorrow, when you drive to work or whatever you got to do, Just have a look around at the cars. You'll notice there are a few new ones, but there's the majority are pretty average. Certainly the car that you may well have helped your kid buy, maybe off the side of the road or perhaps out the front of Parliament House, because that's a car yard now, well, they're a whole lot older than 10 years. So yes, will this mean that this is the mechanism by which we will get rid of the old school car? You betcha. Is this the way that electric vehicles will be priced into the market because petrol vehicles will be priced out of the market? You betcha. So yet again, the cost of transition will go through the roof. And unlike a power bill, of course, there's finance available at your local car dealer. Just go and see old mate Bowen and he'll help sort you out. That's the reality of what happened today.